Hello and welcome to the IDL. My name's Nick, and this is Gluttony and Earth. And before I introduce who my players are, before you get to see who has made it back and who has been fired, I just want to go peel back. So normally when I'm introducing people, I'll say those dumb things. And behind the curtain, how I figure them out is the day of, I'll be at work and I'll go, oh fuck, I need to figure these out. And I'll just like do word association for an hour until I come up with something. This time I had an idea and I wrote it down in my notes app. And then I looked at it months later and I was like, what the fuck does any of this mean? Because normally you either don't need context for what I'm saying or it's like a very obvious thing in there. But this one I had no idea. And it took me literally like 4 days to realize it's Rehab by Amy Winehouse based. So just to get on with it, he saw a horse charge at him and he said, whoa, 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 it's Kyle.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Someone tried to cast haste, but he said, slow, slow, slow. It's Adam.
Interesting.
They tried to defeat his evil monster, but he said, grow, grow, grow. It's BakaZombie.
Did somebody give me a bag of holding, or do I just have that on here for no reason?
You got it in Nimrod.
Okay.
And when asked his favorite childhood toy, he said, yo, yo, yo. It's Kane. This sounded, I'm sure, way better in my head at the time I wrote this. Not as much after having to both figure out what the fuck it was and then also go through with it months later. That's why it's good for me to decide these the day of, because then I have no time to reread them and go, ugh.
No time for regrets.
Also, it's the new year. Another year, another us. So a lot of times in the new year, people like to look ahead. They have resolutions they want to fail at, but they just you like to look ahead. And so I'm curious. Want to know. And yes, the Bance is back. The Bance is so back. What are you guys looking forward to this year? I could either, now I'm going to give you options here. It could be either in the year for yourself or what you're looking forward to with your character.
Getting to level 8.
Yeah. Actually, that does remind me. Did I didn't give you guys XP for Nimrod, right? I was holding off on that still? Okay.
We have not.
Okay.
Yeah, you should level Silas up.
Also, I think you're echoing on yourself.
It's on Kane's side. It's Kane. The echoes are back, Kane. We tried fixing this an hour ago, but they're back.
The voices are speaking.
Why does my voice sound like it's coming from a PS5? Oh, that's right. Because Kane does Discord through PS5. Very efficient. Yeah, level 8. Do you have a specific thing you're looking forward to at level 8? Or what are you?
Arcane Archer.
Oh, you are going to stay with it then.
Yeah.
Nice. So that's the most like trick shot way you can do
trick shot.
Yeah.
Endien will say every time.
Every single time. Trick shot.
I've been trying to figure out. I'm looking forward to. I feel like Darius is in a weird place. I don't know if it's just being an artificer or if I just haven't built him right. I just don't know. I feel like I need to figure out some of his shit a bit more because he
like
feels
what you want him
all
to
over
be.
the place.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what the artificer is.
Yeah.
It's like, do I want to be a tank? Do I want to be a damage dealer? Do I want to be a magician?
Yeah. So like just trying to figure that out. I've been flirting with
wants to be a
multi-classing
farmer
with him. I mean, I don't think he wants to be a farmer at all.
Okay,
I think I know that.
What's
because I've been thinking about maybe multi-classing with him, so I need to give that more thought if that's going to be something that's actually going to happen, or if I'm just going to stay as an artificer. I don't know. I just need to figure that out.
Well, Kyle, every farmer I've ever met is dead.
Brutal.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Kane?
Temenos is looking for love in all the wrong places.
Why?
You're looking forward to Temenos looking for love in the wrong places.
No, that's what I'm really excited for. Just so excited to see him
the real clerics of Orange County.
1000%, yeah.
Yeah.
Are dating apps a thing?
Let's not do.
Temenos is going to be the guy who keeps saying he's very strong in the dating profile, and then they're going to meet him in real life and see how weak he is. He's like, no, I mean, like, I've got the power of my god on my side. I'm really strong. But in reality, he's catfishing by omission.
I'll be 5 feet behind you at all times.
Whoa.
My movement speed is 5 feet shorter than you.
And then when Temenos makes his profile picture, he's gonna take a picture. He's gonna screenshot his.
He's gonna screenshot
and then he's gonna forget
his picture
it.
onto it. Yeah, classic.
That's a joke for 3.
Definitely something Temenos would do, not Kane.
No, why would I do?
Kyle, what are you or Silas looking forward to?
Silas is looking forward to destroying this party inside out. He is going to start with Endien and end with Darius.
Yeah, start with the biggest threat and then end with the biggest threat.
Darius gave him that stink eye he noticed.
Because with Temenos, sure, he can heal, but he can only heal so much. Silas can stab infinitely.
That's a lot of stab.
I'm looking forward to the moments I've thought about 3 to 4 missions ago that things are building towards. Because I think I'm excited. I mean, probably by the end of this mission, I think I'll have been able to have some really fun things resolved that I liked. That I've been looking forward to. In the real world, I'm looking forward to summer because it just got into the single digits finally.
Oh my god, delivering today was awful.
Yeah, it fucking sucked. It's shitty out there. I missed December when it was warm out. Before we had snow. Well, something else we like to do on New Year's is we like to think back on the past and reflect. So why not reflect with a little thing I like to call last time, having heard Starcaller Takashi's plan to hunt Silas in the Old City and then raise a stone army to take over Atlantis and also the surface, Endien and Tapa head back to Tapa's place where Endien can alert Darius and Temenos. Tapa then says she contacted Shingi to let him know what's happening and then head off to talk to the storyteller. A few hours go by and Tapa finally comes back to say the storyteller has sent 2 more Starcallers to the ritual site in case Takashi attacks. Because of the looming holiday, a lot of military force isn't present, as well as Starcallers are off mostly doing other missions as well. Unsatisfied with this result, Endien gives a short speech to Tapa about how it doesn't matter if she has the title of Starcaller, what matters is doing the right thing when it's needed, and feeling inspired, Tapa swallows her fear, hands them all respiratory shells, and leads them off to the Old City. There they find a seemingly large empty kelp forest, but taking some further steps in lets them cross an invisible threshold, where now they see a ton of ancient, worn, and broken buildings. While searching for the temples Silas was headed to, Tapa explains a few things about the Old City to the crew, how there's a place called the Wastes, where a powerful curse emerged during the cataclysm and caused sickness in the Wastes, and to a lesser degree into the Old City as well, which is why only a select few people can actually be there. except when citizens go in there for their upcoming coming of age ritual, the same ritual that Silas is trying to do as well. It's also explained that the old city is where the city is the city where the ancestors live, which is partially because buildings are all from thousands of years ago, and because scattered in the city are statues of elves, which she refers to as the ancestors. The temple in question turns out to be an ancient library of sorts, with shelves and books broken and scattered, which reveals what would have been a secret door. Tapa peeks through it and sees that 3 star callers, now assigned to Silas, are in the waiting room. So the crew makes themselves hidden, while Tapa volunteers to lure them away. However, Temenos is crashing up against the bookshelves and clanking his armor, so Darius turns him invisible just in time for the star callers to open the door, notice Tapa, and chase after her. When they arrive into the main chamber, they are met with a large room filled with air and leafy vines growing up the walls. The back wall has an engraving in Elvish giving a riddle and warning about the ritual. And Silas Dubois is standing there staring at it. After realizing the leaves are the same ones taken at the Fomorian Ball, they all decide to let Silas complete the ritual while they watch over. However, for Silas, he sees a door in the wall and walks through it. Fearing that Takashi is waiting on the other side, they all swallow their hesitancy and start the ritual to chase after Silas. They realize they each see their own door, and one by one, they enter, and that is where we left off. Can I get some initiatives?
No.
Love to.
Then can I get 4 initiatives?
I have advantage on initiative all the time, no matter what.
Disadvantage on everything.
18
Even
for
if the
Temenos.
DM says no.
Oh, okay. It's your one no that you get to use. That's my gaming group that I used to play with in person. We constantly joke that you get one no. You just get one no, no matter what it is. All right, Temenos got an 18.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I also got an 18.
Oh, Silas, pretty good.
Well, I got a 10.
That's still pretty good, Darius. Don't feel bad about a 10.
Ugh.
And you got a 25.
Ooh, that's not what I thought you were going with. That was a good lead up.
I
Thought you were saying you had advantage and you got a 7.
I only rolled 1.
Okay, so we're not in combat. I just want to know how to go through the order with some of y'all. Let me just move my Discord window. Okay. Oh, that's not the one I want. Okay, Endien. So you see as Darius goes off into his door, and then you start walking into your door. It's a dark tunnel. Obviously, you can see. It just seems like a stone hallway. And then you find yourself coming up to a wooden door. It's not locked.
I peep it open just enough that I can look around the corner in.
All right, you peek through, and you notice that it's a well-lit room. You notice there's no water inside. You do notice that there is a window in one of the walls.
I don't see anybody in here.
Not in this room, no.
Okay, I'll open the door all the way and go inside and make my way to that window. See if I can see anything out of it.
Yeah, so on the other side, you notice Silas. He seems to be on a megaphone. If you want to give me a perception check.
What is Endien's perception? 16.
16. I think that's good enough. You can. It's muffled, but you can hear the conversation on the other side. Silas is saying, Listen, I've got this under control. I'll find it and I'll be back in no time. I just need to finish up with this temple first. No, I had no idea she'd show up. Your guess is as good as mine. But I wouldn't worry too much. Just because she's a pain in all of your ass doesn't mean she will be for me. I bet I can even get her to help. And then he laughs. Well, I won't let that happen. She's not the most competent person I've met. If I wanted to side with her, I would have stuck it out with her. She's more of a liability than a threat. I need to keep going through with this. I'll talk to you after the mission's done. And then he puts away the mag phone, and he approaches the window. It looks like he's like peering into it and like adjusting his hair as if it's a mirror.
Still gonna reactively like duck a little bit.
Yeah. If you
scowling.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at it, you notice, maybe it's like when he's fixing someone's hair and he turns, you notice there's a tattoo behind his left ear, and it's 3 lines.
Son of a bitch. God, Endien's not strong, is the thing. So you putting anything through this window to get at him would be I couldn't like punch through and grapple him because I'd have to use like an arrow or a sword to do that. I'll keep this in mind. And what else is there? Is there any other doors in this room or any other way out of this room?
Give me a wisdom save.
Is this a charm? No, a 5.
What was that? A 5? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're like looking through and you see him exit off into another room. And you look back and you notice, so he's going towards like your left, and you look over and you also have a doorway to the left as well. It wasn't there when you entered the room, but it's there now.
So it's like going the same direction he's going in?
Yes.
I'll stealthily make my way through that door.
Okay. Then we're going to go to Temenos. So Temenos, you walked in through your door. You're still invisible. At the end of your hallway, you notice a well-lit room that is... It's a very empty stone room, except for in the middle is a well, like a gray bricked well sticking up, and a fishing pole set aside of it.
I walk up to the fishing pole, I grab it, and put the hook into the well.
All right, yeah. There's a stool there, so you're able to sit down, and you're able to do this fishing. After a while, like it's taking, it feels like you're not getting any bites, but suddenly you get a huge jerking from it.
Temenos will like brace his feet against the well and try to keep hold of the pole as best he can.
Okay, give me a strength saving throw.
Oh boy, this is gonna end. 4.
All right, okay. You guys are starting out strong. You are the tug pulls, and you are ripped into, like yanked into the well as well. And it seems like something's pulling you with immense force, and you feel like if you were to let go, you would just be there waiting to sink without being able to survive, basically. So you're holding on to this thing until you find the bottom of it. You don't know, because it's all dark, and then you get to the bottom of it, and it opens up, and it's like an underground cavern, and you are in the air being dunked out of this well down possibly 60 feet into a lake bed below. Now we're going to go to Silas. Silas, how are you feeling about this sudden reunion?
Oh, I mean, I'd definitely be surprised. Like, what's the word? I don't think there's a word. Taken off course. Just like not expecting it.
Right. It's like it's probably nothing that's gonna like throw your day off, but it's just like a random happenstance of like, oh, like running into an old friend at a city that neither of you live in.
Yeah, like I'm just really surprised, but I have something to do.
Yes, you do. Even so prior to entering, you were feeling like a strong hunger. Which relegates just how strong that curse was. But in here, it feels like your connection is so distant. And as you're like, as you're going through, you realize this hallway it takes a while, but it doesn't feel like it's leading to any room. You feel like you're just going in circles at some point. Like you see a stone and you see it's like the same thing. And you feel like, or like one that you might have passed or marked the walls with or something like that. You swear you're going in circles during all of this. And you realize you've been letting other things lead you around, right? And you're realizing you don't have that, and it feels like you're just in a spiral now. Like a literal spiral, because you're not letting yourself be puppeted around.
It's just a white hallway?
It's like this circular hallway, and it feels like you've gone through it, and it feels like you should have passed by the entrance even, but you just seem like you're going in circles during this.
If that's the case, I will be trying to break one of the walls with an Eldritch Blast.
All right. Give me a con save.
Not the roll I was expecting. Okay. Dirty 20. I rolled an 18.
Okay, yeah. So you feel like you're able to pump out rapid blasts to this wall and breaking, until all of the structure around you, even the stuff behind you and downwards, it all starts to crack and crumble and topple over onto you. But you feel like you were able to, being in that first focal point where it's emptied out, where you've cracked it with the blasts, it feels like you were able to get into an area where not a lot of stuff has fallen on top of you, and you don't feel particularly like, you feel like you're lucky that you somehow didn't get hurt in a collapsing building that's fallen all around everything but you. And we'll cut from there. Darius, you enter a room with a table and a chair. 2 chairs. Wooden chairs. You sit down, it looks like someone would have sat down to it, and there's like a simple puzzle on it. Like maybe it's like 2 rings that are like hooked and you have to unhook them.
Yeah, I mean, Darius sits down, like idly starts to try to solve it, but then also says, remembering the riddle and also just knowing that he's in a dreamscape again, just say like, I mean, just get this over with. I've been here. I've been in dreams long enough. The quicker this could be would be the better. I doubt you got anything new to show me.
You don't have the exhaustion in here. You have the opposite.
Oh, I have
so
the
you're
bonuses.
Now that you're 4 levels of that in here. Like this feels way better than what you've been at.
Okay.
But yeah, you say that. If you're just idly doing it, you might like unhook it, like easy. This is not something you have to roll. This is just an easy puzzle for Darius. And then another Darius comes in through the hallway. And he sits down at the other chair and has a more complex puzzle and starts to undo that. And he says the same thing you just did, talking to someone.
I will... Again, if it's assuming it's just like one of those ring puzzles, I'll just flick my like the unhooked ring towards him just to see if there's any interaction between us at all.
Yeah, it hits the face, goes down. He like glares at you, but he doesn't really like remark to you. Then he pulls out another puzzle that's like a lot more complex, and he sets it down in front of you.
I mean, if this is what it's gonna take, I'll do it, but it feels like I'm getting off pretty easy inside here. And I'll start trying to solve the puzzle.
Yeah, give me an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, good job. I didn't roll the best, but that is a 17.
All right, yeah, you're undoing this puzzle, and you realize something clicks for you when you're doing it, and you're like, why does this repetition seem so familiar? It's not like a puzzle that you're... I mean, it looks like just a generic puzzle of like blocks moving or something like that. Mm-hmm. And you're realizing that this is like the same repetitive... Like, your solving of this puzzle is exactly identical to the way you've been trying to solve the puzzle box. And it feels like you're able to get through this thing. But inside, there's nothing inside of this puzzle. And if you look back up, the other Darius has stood up and goes over to one of the walls and just like hits twice on the wall, like above him and then once below, and a door opens up, and he just starts walking in, heading down the rest of this path. And he just says to you, the only way out is through. And he leaves.
Ain't that the fucking truth? Which wall did he go up to?
He went...
Because I know what wall I want to go up to. If it's following the logic of every other time I've been in a dream, I turn to the right and mimic his actions.
Yeah, turning right doesn't do anything for you. But as you're turning right, you do notice what was behind you is also a door.
Did I walk through a door to get into this room, or did I just appear in this room?
You walked into a room and that door is gone.
Oh, okay.
Right,
cool.
Yeah, so then, sorry, you walked in and then... So if you were looking at from the perspective when you entered, he went to the left side, and the one behind is now to the right. But if you're thinking about it from you sitting down, he went through one that was behind him, and there's a door behind you as well.
Great. I'll just go through that door.
Then we're going to go back to Endien.
To me?
So as you are walking through this hallway, it's still lit up. It's still perfectly lit up for you, these hallway. And as you're going, like, there is, you see in the distance grass, like daylight and grass and forestry. Like there's an exit out of this hallway to a forest.
Make my way towards it.
Yeah, so you get out to the forest, like I said, it opens up, and you look as you like enter into it. If you look behind you, whatever that tunnel was is gone. You're just in a forest now.
Can I hear anything in the forest?
You probably it's eerily quiet. You hear the wind, but that's about the most noise that you're getting is the wind and maybe like tree branches like rustling.
This uneasy feeling of not a lot of movement. Endien's gonna go up a tree and use that for her movement through moving along.
Oh, it's
with the wind,
along branches rather than
stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
You climb up the tree. You start making your way. I mean, even from the top, if you were to scout, you think it's forest for quite some time. Except as you're going, you get down like you move 3 trees, 4 trees, 5 trees, and then you notice like a figure in that 7th tree.
Stop and be crouched in the tree that I'm in. Try to see if they've seen me, what they are.
It's a big shape. It doesn't look like it's moving. If you're looking at it, if you get just a bit closer, you notice, like I said, it's a large shape, and it looks kind of like gnarled, like its body is being draped on the branches.
Get a little bit closer, since it seems draped and it might not be moving or. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you're not getting a sense of like hostility coming from there, or like protectiveness. In fact, as you peer closer, you see the mangled body of Kala in the tree.
I'll go right up to him then. Inspect him.
Yeah, it's you're going over it. Give me a medicine check.
Medicine. I'm sure she does. Oh, it's not bad. Hey, 15.
15. As you're looking over, definitely just dead. How you last saw him, with his body mangled from the what the fuck are they called?
Shambling mound.
Shambling mound. Yeah. So it's just this dead, mangled body in the trees.
He's in the trees, though.
Yeah. In fact, if you look around, you notice in another tree, you see Nur's dead body. It lay draped in one of the treetops.
I'd go over to Nur right away.
As you move over there, and if you notice on another tree that's nearby, you see a mangled unicorn's body in the trees, draped.
She looks over to see that, but then turns back to Nur's body and puts her hand out to touch him, see if he's real.
It feels real. It feels like there's a body here. Like you know, Nur died of old age, but you feel like blood and death when you try to touch him.
Like he feels all bloodied, or
yes, like he's like got some blood. Like maybe something has picked apart from him. Like maybe like he was scavenged or he was decaying or something like that. He just is like death and blood coming from him.
I think with that, because it is such a jolt, because she was like in this remembering him mode kind of thing, but then seeing the manglement of his body, I think just out of shock, she drops out of the tree to be on the ground and away from these carcasses.
Yeah, as you're like looking up and you see in another tree, you see Marco's dead body. In another tree, you see Thelum mangled and beaten in the treetops. Whatever is growing, like it's like these trees are. The thing that these trees are growing isn't fruit. It seems as though they're growing out your failures. Everything, it seems, whatever you look down at the ground and it's soft. It seems like the soil is a little bit more swampy than you thought it was, and it feels like if you look, like these trees are feeding off the blood of everyone who died because of you.
Horrifying. I think, yeah, she, like, in a panic, she's gonna try and get away from this space, even though it's just forest all around. She's gonna try and
all right,
get away from it.
Give me a charisma save.
Ooh, you know how charismatic Endien is. Hey, hold on, the dice say otherwise. 21.
You keep saying that, but Endien had the best charisma.
Right. 21.
21. All right. Yeah. You're able to shut it out, and you're running, and you feel like you see like something brighter towards the end, and you feel like you're able to move past this. And so we're gonna go to Temenos. Temenos, you fall 60 feet from the top of the whatever the bottom of that well was into the lake below. It hurts like hell, but it doesn't. You're not gonna have to worry about HP. It hurts, but it's something you think you'll be able to shake off.
How far can I see?
It seems like there's like lit up. Like there's like either spores or like crystals, and they're all illuminated. So it's a large cavern with this lake, with this flowing water from this well. You can see out like pretty well, I think. You don't notice any like bats or creatures or anything like that. But you do see on one side of the cave, on the wall where like this big lake touches towards, so like where the land and the water split off, and there's a wall on the other side. You do notice a figure who seems to be sitting with his feet, with their feet crossed, and they have these long wild hair, and they're wearing robes and a mask.
I'm gonna swim towards the figure cautiously.
It turns and watches you, but it doesn't make any movements. Basically, it other than its head to watch as you come closer.
When I get within like speaking distance, I'll very quietly ask, "Who are you?"
I think the question you should be asking is, who are you? And he's got this mask that's like, it's like somewhat painted with like stripes, and it's got like two, like three dots on it, like a map, like almost kind of like a face, but a little bit off kilter.
If I am honest, sir, I don't know who I am.
There are two exits to this cave. In one of them, you will find all of your friends. In the other, you will find your faith. Start with that. Who are you? Which do you choose?
Temenos doesn't hardly think of this because he knows his friends are behind a door, and he will head down that path and then quickly say to the spirit, Thank you for your information.
You turn back and he's not there. You said you're going down the one to your friends?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. You get to there's like this cave leads it to another doorway, like an iron doorway, built into this cavern. Can I get a wisdom saving throw? Sorry, not a charisma saving throw. Sorry.
Temenos rolled an 8.
An 8. All right. You get to this door. You open it up, and as you're walking inside, it's an empty room.
I have no friends. Yeah,
You will now-
Temenos is going to realize that there's no one in here.
Yeah.
And then he's just going to be like beside himself that no one's in here.
And with that, we're going to move to Silas. Silas, as you had that wreckage come down around you and you made your way through, you find yourself on the shores, a rocky shore. Like, instead of the crumbling, it's like that, all those stone like walls crumbled into this rocky shore, and it's raining out. And you see one of the docks has a boat that's heading out.
Okay. No, something clicked in my head.
Okay.
Something clicked in my head. I will walk towards the boat.
You notice people are like hastily trying to like get things ready because they need to go, and it's the middle of a storm, but they need to keep pushing it. You recognize one of the boats as being a Dubois-owned ship.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice a lot of different people going up there. You also see entering the ship, like also getting on the ship, is a young Silas with a young Lou.
It's a kind of event, kind of interfere. I walk away. I mean, he obviously thinks he can't do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
This is a dreamlike state. He'll just observe from far away.
It's about to set off. Are you going to get on the ship with them, or are you just going to watch from the beach? It doesn't seem like people are recognizing you at all. They think maybe you're just like a ship hand or something.
He'll walk onto the ship.
Okay. So you're going out in this,
he'll keep a
distance.
watch on Lou.
Okay. Yeah, so you're going on the ship. 4 days go by as you're on the ship working and keeping an eye out. You would know that on the 4th night is when the storms took a really bad turn. If we move towards this incident of a huge wave coming through and knocking the ship and damaging it, and it's you lose a few, maybe like 5 to 10 of the crew members on this boat end up dying in this ship. You notice Lou and Silas are both about to fall off the edge. You have time. You could grab one of them.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
What Silas is thinking. This has already happened. Nothing he can do can change anything. He's not gonna grab any of either of them. He's gonna see where Lou fell and to see if she survived. He wants to see the outcome.
Yeah, you go to give me a dex save.
I'm pretty good at those, right? Yeah, I am. Ooh. 15 plus 22.
Okay, yeah. You, as a quick check to see what happens, because that at the time in as you remember it, you were it was like just a very chaosy moments, and you didn't really have the same competence that you have now, to a degree. So like it was hard to tell. You just know that she went overboard and ended up dying from this. You look over now to see what's happening, and you notice she plunges into the water, but she nails her head on the side of the boat on the way down, and she seems like she's kind of going in and out of conscious. If someone had been able to notice her at that moment, she might have been able to get help, but instead she is slowly losing consciousness as she's bleeding out from her head into this water as she sinks down. Silas, you survived it like you did.
Well, that's what Silas wanted. Closure. Sure, it's a dream state, but he's been wondering as much as it hurts.
Darius, you find yourself going from that room through a hallway to another wooden door, like a really fine double door. And what?
Yeah, no real pause. Just like we got to keep going. Just pushes open, immediately going through it.
You notice an auditorium, like a theater, and you see it's low yellow lights. So it's dim. You can see outwards, but I mean, for a while, some of it gets to be black and white for you. But you see the audience is packed, and there's two ushers who are standing at the doorway. There's a podium on the stage.
I think Darius just waits for a second, either to see if the ushers are going to try to escort him to a seat, or his other thought is, do I need to go to the podium? So he's just waiting for a second just to see
who pulls the trigger first.
Yeah, how does this dream want me to go about this? Yeah. What is this bullshit?
They look familiar, these two ushers. And it might click for you once they start talking to you. Darius, you need to get up there now. Yes, Darius, you need to get up there. You're late.
I don't recognize the voices.
They were the two who were performing surgery on you.
Oh, those two. Cool. Great. So yeah, then Darius will, again, just knowing I just gotta fucking get through this. Yep. Cool, great. Just going down to the podium. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen.
Are you are you just focused head on into the podium? Are you seeing who's in the crowd?
He's absolutely looking in the crowd because he's expecting it to be filled with other Dariuses.
No.
Oh.
There's a lot of people, and they're all familiar. You realize, oh wait, in the back there's your parents, and there's the guy who taught you how to fight, like your drill sergeant. You see up forward, you notice Endien and Thelum and Temenos are all sitting in the audience. You see your old platoon with Bernice and everyone else that you fought alongside. One of them you realize kind of familiar, not kind of familiar. Everyone else is just smiling and looking forward, waiting for the show. This one seems like he kind of snaps out of it, and he looks towards you, and you realize this person is a Till, who is sitting with your platoon, and he's wearing the same armor as your platoon. Darius! What are you doing here? What is this?
I mean, I don't know. What are you... Did we fight together? I mean, besides at the end there.
I will get my revenge on you.
I mean...
And then he vanishes, like poofs out of existence in this room. You do notice now, what feels like far and far away. You hear a crashing sound. But it doesn't feel like it's in here. It feels like it's somewhere else. But it's something like you can hear deep in your mind. You also notice, not that yet. As you make your way down after that, like, jarring thing, the ushers are like, Darius, Darius, you need to keep going. And so, like, they usher you to get further. But as you're walking down this, you notice yourself get older and older, and your skin tightens and wrinkles. And it feels like every step you take is draining a year of your life as you're walking through. And it gets like the point where you're like this wrinkly, shriveling husk as you keep walking through and keep getting closer and closer to this thing. Can I get a charisma save?
Ooh. Okay. Right now that is a 13. However, since I'm literally
surrounded by everyone you've ever met?
Yes, literally surrounded by all the allies I've ever known, I'm going to bring that up to a 16 with my saving face.
All right. Yeah, you get through this, and as you're getting closer and closer, and you feel like you are going to die. You feel like your husk rips open, and you're like, from out of your old skin, you are flopping forward, and you have molted whatever that was. And you are at the stage, and as you look up to it now, you see someone who wasn't there before, but they are looking down at you from the podium. We're going to go to Endien. So, as you're running, and you're getting out away from this, and you see this like light at the end of the forest, you notice something running beside you.
Look to it.
As you look to it, you notice it's yourself running alongside you. As you're running and you're like seeing this, it's like a mirror, because it's like looking back towards you as well.
Not the mirror.
And as you're running, you notice the tree trunks and like have become columns, and the open air beneath them have become mirrors as you're running down what is now a hallway at the court of the Four Seasons. And you see this Endien running beside you.
I'll skid to a stop. Like the floor is mirrors too, you said?
No, not the floors. Just like the open area, like, yeah. So like, instead of like tree trunks with like open air between them, it's columns with mirrors between them.
Okay. Yeah, I'll skid to a stop. Looking at the mirror Endien.
Yeah.
Am I just reflected on one side of me then?
Nope, there's also on the other side as well.
I look back and forth between the two of them. What do you want?
I just want you to come back to the forest.
Why? The forest I was just in, or the forest that I've...
Come back home, Endien.
Why?
This is where you belong, Endien.
Then maybe, but I have things I need to do before I come back. To make it safe.
No, Endien. Listen, you need to come back. There's nothing out there for you, Endien. I mean, Erica has us all wrong. I know she always resented you. Resented us for getting everything handed to us, but we weren't handed anything. We were not handed everything. And you know that. In fact, we were given so many opportunities by the people in our life. But we worked hard for what we have. And you should come back to it, Endien. Because what we have is massive failures. And everyone we care about dying or abandoning us. Darius may not care what the king's sword thinks is worthy or not, but don't you care? Are those high ideals worth something for us? Or are you wanting just to become a monster out there, where people will hate you, but at least you'd be useful to them? But I think here, in the court, you have a job you can do. I mean, no one's doing it right now. No one's protecting this forest anymore. Not the pursuers of Synthoth, and not you. At least you had a job here. Out there, it's nothing but failures. Come back. You're important here. And if you come back, you won't have to watch any of your friends die again. Because they won't be out there helping you and dying for it.
You seem to forget the reason I left was because of my failures to start with. She, draws the bow quickly and shoots the one on her right and ducks in case the one behind her is shooting as well.
Give me a intelligence save.
Uh-oh, that's Endien's dump stat. Alongside her strength. Damn it. That's an 8.
All right, yeah, you shatter one mirror and you duck, but nothing comes from the other end, and you notice that from the other side, behind that mirror, is a cavern. Like a tunnel, or like a cavern tunnel.
She kind of looks to that one, and as she's looking, she quickly turns to get where the position is of her other mirror behind her, and shoots that one before getting up to go to the cavern.
All right, yeah, it shatters. It's like concrete behind it. Everything is, yeah, so you get to that tunnel. Temenos. Do you want to head back, Temenos? The door's still there.
Temenos is gonna just sit there and really take in the effect of just opening up this door and not seeing anyone behind it, and just realizing all the depths and levels of what that means.
Yeah, I mean, you've been nothing but supportive and polite and friendly towards the people you're with now, and every single one of them have been trying to pawn you off away from them, no matter how helpful you try to be. You never really made connections in the Red Flags. They had you around for this job, but in the end, you guys never connected. They were out for something different than you are. And it just has been another lonely era. If Temenos thinks about it, Who is he trying to save with the Fountain of Youth? Because it's not like he has anyone to save.
Temenos will come to that realization, and his eyes will start to water, and he'll walk back towards the path of his fate.
All right. You head back through the tunnel, and you find the other tunnel that the person was talking about. And you head down there, there's another door, and inside are shelves and shelves of books. You can tell right away these are all teachings of the Triumvirate, of Santa Vita. Is there a specific book you look for?
No. Temenos will just start, going through each one. Just categorically going through each.
Yeah. Give me a con save.
22.
As you are... real quick. With Endien, as you were ending, you heard you started hearing music. Like it's not coming... it's coming from a distance, but it's everywhere, and you're not sure where it's coming from. But you start hearing this music happening. Temenos,
melody.
You are sifting through these books, and you also start to hear this song happening. This woman singing, not necessarily words, but just notes, and it's somewhere far off, but you can hear it, and you're not really sure about it. But as you're going through your books, maybe it's just weighing on your head again of who am I even trying to save? Why didn't the Triumvirate offer up the Fountain of Youth to everyone? I mean, it's there. Should be a helpful thing, but they found it, and they didn't give any directions. They clearly didn't want people to find this. Why not?
With that realization, Temenos almost becomes angry. There's almost that resentment of realizing that they could have just solved everything, and they did.
Yeah. They left it to be, and so I mean, you have to wonder though, is there even a Fountain of Youth then? Or did they make up a claim to seem better than they were, and there's nothing at all? Because you're not finding any kind of... The only context you've ever been able to really figure out... I mean, obviously there was another person with them when they found it, but maybe it's just made up, and you've been chasing nothing your whole life. That means it's Silas's turn. Okay. Silas, you're hearing this song happen, and it's kind of a grounding moment for you, because you know about the Return of Night. The Night's Return, the holiday. You know that from your time in Atlantis prior to joining up with the Endien's crew, you know that the Queen has a magic, has this like the ocean's voice, and it's very powerful, and it calls sea creatures to it. And they seal it up. That gives the Queen the power to control sea beasts. However, it's a very powerful thing, this voice, and it deteriorates the box that it's in. And so once a year, it is unleashed, and they re-seal it on this night. You know that all the sea, most of the military, has guided the sea beasts, the massive sea titans, out far away for the holiday, so that because they're going to try and come back, and they're trying to give themselves enough time for the sea beast to get for them to reseal it before the sea beasts come back. So you know this song. This must mean the rituals start, or the ceremony started, because it's what was been described to you. So it's a little bit of a grounding moment. What if this was a trap, though? What if they're thinking that far ahead, maybe they let you come here on this night so you'd be stuck in here and couldn't go out and do whatever you wanted. This could be just an actual fucked up prison sentence. And if so, I mean, you don't feel the hunger. They might have got you. Can I get a wisdom save?
That is a 10.
Okay. Yeah, so you find this grounded moment and you realize you're no longer on any ships as you reset yourself. You are actually just in a stone room again with just one exit. There's a mirror on one of the walls. I don't know, do you feel does it feel impotent, I guess? Where you aren't feeling the hunger and it's just you and you're trapped in here. Do you feel like everything you're trying to push and move towards to get power, do you feel like you actually have that power?
Seeing as the hunger isn't really there, he's gonna take the sword off his back that's wrapped and unwrap it. Inspect.
It's a wooden sword. You unwrap it, your sword has been replaced with a wooden duplicate.
Well, he'll just chuck down to the ground. He will... How is my shadow positioned right now? Is it directly below me? Behind me?
Yeah, it's directly... One? It's faint, but it's below you. It seems like everything's well illuminated.
He is going to try and summon one of his packed weapons. Does that happen?
As you try to summon it, instead a mag phone appears in your hand. And it's ringing.
The way I want to flavor it is from his shadow, the shadowy hand will what's the word? Lift up a phone. Lift.
Oh yeah.
Lift up a phone to him.
Okay. Yeah. And it starts ringing.
Is there caller ID? I mean, he would have a mag phone on him, so I'll answer.
Okay, we're gonna move to Darius. So, looking down at you is this robed figure with a white mask, yellow tattered robes.
I mean, I was under the understanding I was going to be giving the speech, but please, go on. Don't let me hold you up.
I don't think you're ready yet.
Fair. I don't think I'm ready either.
No, you've not gone through enough reflections. Almost ripe for the taking.
Ripe? Are you? Oh, son of a... Okay. Are you eating me?
Another figure with a white mask and long white hair and just a regular robes comes out towards there. Starts walking out of the side the wings to and seems shocked at the other figure that's there. Who are you? What are you doing here? And the figure with the white mask looks back towards it. You will silence yourself in front of me in my domain. And takes a grasp at air, and you hear this horrifying wet irk as the other figure spirals into a crumpled ball, and you hear the shattering of bone and guts, and it pops into nothingness. No, we shall see. Maybe you're so close. Maybe once more, and we'll be ready.
Can I get a name from you?
I am the king.
The king. All right. I mean, something to call you.
Yeah, he walks off of stage. You're also hearing the music now. As you get up to the podium, there is a speech almost, or like it's a book written by Darius Crucibleborn about magics and magic technology, and utilizing the power of the first world. Give me a Constitution save.
That is going to be a dirty 20.
Okay. Endien, as you get through the tunnel, you're making your way. It feels like you're hearing a whisper in your brain, like it's something trying to, like static almost, trying to connect with you.
Can I hear what it's saying?
Yeah. If you want to if you mentally attune yourself, you feel like you could, and you concentrate, you could probably get what it's trying to tell you. And the static turns to sultry words.
Ugh.
There you are, daughter of the night.
And who are you?
I am a patron of sorts. Oh, you feel so nostalgic getting to connect with you once more.
I don't believe I've had the opportunity to connect with you before. At least not to my knowing.
Oh, I can feel you tapping into my powers almost every day. But we're so close now. Would you like more power?
That's a dangerous and loaded question.
Well, we've already met and helped each other as it is. I'm nearby. If you can come find me after this is done, I can give you more power.
I'll need to know more details, but if I were to be so inclined, where would I find you?
I believe I'm in somewhere called the Wastes.
Oh, right. You don't have a name you go by, just some kind of patron?
I have a name. But I know things are loaded, and so I don't wish to just alarm you. I don't think you like to be caught off guard, so I wanted to approach you now where things are safe for you.
I don't feel safe right now. And you being wary of telling me your name is alarming within itself.
Give me a Constitution save.
Constitution?
Yeah.
Do you think I am? Some kind of person that rolls a 2 on the dice for a 3?
Wow.
What do you want?
God, it's so this feels nostalgic to you. Like the power you're feeling in this tunnel from this person feels nostalgic to you. It feels like Dark World, and it feels like the power you tap into as a ranger all the time.
I'll think about it.
Well, if my other servant can get his head around what's happening here, perhaps you two could even form an alliance for me. If not, I care more about getting you than I care him.
Who is your other... I know we're being mysterious and all, but it would be helpful to have some kind of...
Takashi. He's already dealing with some plans for me.
And what are those?
To allow me to birth myself in this world.
Don't like the way she said that. Endien does not say out loud. Or in the brain, however she's communicating.
She does it in sign language. Yes. Well then, dear. If you're looking for more power, I do hope you speak to me soon.
The waste is where I can find you.
Yes. There you could find one of my many hearts.
It's just your heart there.
Yes. That's how I can feel that you're nearby. Much like I felt you in the old castle, and in the old palace, and here in the old city.
The old castle? Do you mean the one on the island?
Oh, yes.
You were there
That's
too?
where we met. That's where we met, Endien. You may not realize it, but in your time of grief you came to me. I shall see you soon. And then it statics back out.
One eye flickers as the static takes over brain.
Yeah. You just hit your head on the ground several times. Like you're being tased.
Shouts out to a different campaign.
Yeah. Who we got left here? Let's see.
Well, Indians top the initiative.
I know. It's just Temenos. I gotta see what else I've got planned for him.
See how else we can corrupt him.
Yeah. So Temenos, you're in this room. You're feeling those feelings about the authenticity of the fountain. You find behind one of the bookshelves. It feels like you can see a crack, like a doorway behind it. Like if you're able to if you're trying to get it to move off out of the way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll move the books out of the way to kind of get a better view of what's going on.
Yeah. You're able to rock it a bit because it's hard to move already with how much stuff it is and how unmuscular your arms are. But you get it to tip forward on its own weight and it crashes down. And behind it is a doorway with light. If you step inside, it's like a small corridor with another door on the other side. And if you open that door, you see your mother, you see your teacher, you see the red flags, you see Endien, you see all the rest of the crew as well. Thelum is there. And they're all on the ground, just dead. Throats slit.
Temenos is going to close his eyes and he's going to say a prayer to Asana Vita. My lady, I am the lowest of your servants, but please tell me this can't be true. Tell me this can't be true.
And you know what? You get a nostalgic feeling. There's no answer. The gods, as much as you pray to them, I mean, and they give you power still, but the gods have abandoned everyone. No one has had real contact with the gods for hundreds of years. Sanavita included. So there's no guarantee that someone's out there listening to you. There's no possible... In fact, what if there's actually just no peace in death? There's nothing for their souls to get to. So everyone you know and love is lying here dead, and their souls go nowhere because the gods abandoned you.
Temenos will walk over to where his mother is and just drop to his knees and just weep.
Can I get a wisdom saving throw?
Finally, something I'm good at. 21.
You know, these thoughts are going through your mind, and you're not entirely sure what is real and what's not real in this, because it all feels very real. That drop you took felt very real. Being hit, being drugged down the well felt very real. These people in your arms, your mother, feels very real. But you know this is not reality. You're not in reality right now. You are in something else. Something that can mimic reality. Perhaps it's something just wants to deal with the worst aspects of your mind and wants to peel these wounds apart to see how you react. But you know, there's a chance that after, maybe these are things that you haven't explored before that you have desperately been avoiding to confront. And perhaps once you're back in reality, you might be able to get a little bit more crystal clear on things. Okay. Silas.
How many more? Five more events for Silas?
Okay. So you... I did. You get this phone call. And it gets to static. There's nothing else. There's nothing actually coming through but static when you try to check the message on it. I mean, and as you're looking at it, you can see the slot where your library license is, and you know, this feels like a sum up, like a summary of like just how infuriating some of these things are. Like I said, like that idea of like wanting power. This library license, you thought it would help you get your power, and it didn't give you power. You've indulged in your family name, working with that, and you thought you could get power, and it's not really gotten you power. You have your sword, and you can feel, it helps you feel hungry for power, but you don't know how much power you're getting from this. And with all of them, like, again, you know, like, are you powerful? Or are you a dog for more powerful concepts? And as you're staring at this phone, a doorway in front of you, seems like the hallway, like lights from above, like one at a time, as it like leads down this path.
Getting that feeling. Those ideas come across my head. He knows, like, he knows what the ritual does. But in that moment, he's like, I've survived. I've gone through so many things. I am not weak. But I will be powerful. And he will walk up those steps.
Yeah, and as you're walking through, you see there's like alcoves as you're going through to the side. And every single one of them, you notice cloaked figures bowing. You know, you've dealt with these types before. They think of you as their god almost. And they keep... They don't think of you as their god because it's you. You know it's because of the sword that they feel this way. And they think you're a prophet of sorts. And so you just have them surrounding you, trying to... Maybe like by being in their light or in their presence, and in their worship, they can maybe get you to care more about just being a vassal for their god. Give me a charisma saving throw.
That's 20.
At Twanzoni.
24.
Darius. So you're at this podium. You have this magical book that you've apparently written. Flipping through it, it feels like there's a lot of like just tools of war.
Mm-hmm.
And you have annotations on a lot of the things that you've written here, and like different colored inks and almost different handwritings. And as you're looking through it, it's like notes on how you discovered things. Some of them mention hitting the wrong person with the wrong tool and gave you some new use for something. Some of them is you find like an armor that you've made that is meant to force people into to keep them alive, and it seems it's the annotations like no more Pazuzu, this will keep them alive, things like that. And you're realizing a lot of your notes seems to be maybe of different, many like different Darii that has written these notes and these things, and you're getting just this horrible like list of like I created this machine to keep Endien's soul in after she died. Get like these, all these things of like, a lot of them seem like you are half focused on finding something and half focused on punishing yourself because all of your friends are dying, and because you have armor, you're the one surviving everything, even though these other people have so much more to live for in their life than you do at this moment. And so it seems like a lot of your struggles are finding this truth and finding ways to make up for the fact that everyone that you're with keeps dying, and you don't always have something to rely on like Pazuzu to keep them alive. Can I get a strength saving throw?
Sure. I believe this is going to be my first failure. I will use saving face again, but that's only going to bring it up to an 8.
An 8. As you're like looking and flipping through, you look up and you notice in the crowd, they're like robed figures have some of your friends. Like there's like robed figures, and they're like behind like Endien and Temenos and what the fuck's his name?
Thelum?
No, not Thelum. Thelum's
Oh.
dead.
Silas is a friend.
Grafto. Like Grafto's there.
Okay.
Deborah's there, and like there's like people like slitting their throats. And as you're trying to get towards them, you notice that you're in armor and you've got this book and it's all weighing you down, and you are not fast enough to get to them from off the stage as they all just drop in front of you. I think that's where we're going to end this episode. If you'd like to talk to us about stuff, it's been so long since we recorded. If you want to talk to us about this show, you can always hit up the IDL at IDL_RPGS on Twitter, or Blue Sky. I think it's IDL.RPGS. If you want to ask me about Dreamin', you can always hit me up at Bumblescum. If you'd like to ask Adam about the theater, you can always hit him up at Little Growth. If you want to ask Kane about sad realizations, you can always hit him up at Kane_Wallner. If you'd like to ask BakaZombie what it's like to run in blood swamps, you can always hit him up on Zombie Baka and Kyle. That's it.